So this definitions or this topic is very important in the board exam dahil dito sila kumukuha. So meron tayong classification of prisoners according to degree of security. So kapag sinabi natin degree of security, yung mga criminal natin na malala yung kasong ginawa nila. Halimbawa, rape with homicide and with arson. Nang rape, pumatay ng tao, pagkatapos sinunog pa ang bahay, halimbawa. O kaya yung mass killing, genocide, pumatay na napakaraming tao. O ang tawag nating rapist, o kaya yung mga drug traffickers. Okay. Number 1, super maximum security prisoners. Super maximum security prisoners, a special group of prisoners composed of incorrigible. Remember, kapag narinig mo ang incorrigible, intractable and highly dangerous persons who are the source of constant disturbances even in a maximum security prison. They were orange color of uniform. So remember, incorrigible and intractable is super maximum security prisoners at saka ang suot nila is kahel o color, orange color of uniform. Tandaan natin yan. Number 2 is maximum security prisoners, the group of prisoners whose escape could be dangerous to the public or to the security of the state. It consistent of constant troublemakers but not as dangerous as the super maximum security prisoners. Their movement are restricted and they are not allowed to work outside the institution but rather outside to industrial shops within the prison compound. Nakita natin ang definition pag mayroon tayong nakitang constant troublemakers. So, maximum security prisoners. They are confined at the maximum security prisons. NBP main building, they were orange color of uniform. Katulad lang sila ng uniform. Prisoners includes those sentenced to serve sentence 20 years or more. Yung mga taong na sentensyahan ng 20 years pataas. Or those whose sentence are under the review of the Supreme Court. And offenders who are criminally insane, having severe personality or emotional disorders that make them dangerous to fellow offenders or staff members. So meron tayong mga nakakulong dyan na pati doon sa mga personnel ng correction facilities or penal farm, penal penitentiaries is hindi po pwedeng nakikita nila dahil po pwede silang makapag-inflict ng harm. So, ito yung mga nakakulong na hindi sila po pwedeng lumabas doon sa farm, halimbawa doon sa playground ng penal institution, pero allowed silang gumawa ng tinatawag ditong industrial shops, gumawa halimbawa sa loob ng kanilang selda ng tawag dito vocational activities. For example, gagawa sila ng mananahi, magtatahi sila ng mga gamit o kaya gagawa ng mga basket. So anything na related sa industrial shops. Okay. So yun yung pwede nilang pagkakitaan. Number 3 is medium security prisoners. Those who cannot be trusted in open condition and pose lesser danger than maximum security prisoners in case they escape. So ito yung less na naman, pero hindi rin sila allowed dahil po pwede silang tumakas. So the key terms is cannot be trusted in open condition and pose lesser danger. So makikita natin. Kapag nakita mo ang maximum security prisoners sa definition, ibig sabihin, ang sagot dyan is medium security prisoners because meron tayong pose lesser danger. Okay. It consists of groups of prisoners who may be allowed to work outside the fence or walls of the penal institution under guards or with escort. So, ang definition nito is, pwede silang lumabas dyan sa may fences, malapit sa fences or walls, pero provided na mayroong gwardiya at saka mga escort. They occupied a medium security prison, Camp Sampaguita. So, example nito is ang Camp Sampaguita, and they were blue color of uniform. So, remember, blue ang kanilang uniform. Generally, they are employed as agricultural workers. So, sila yung nagtatanim sa loob ng kulungan. Mayroong mga farm dyan, may mga taniman ng gulay, taniman ng mais, and whatsoever. It includes prisoners whose minimum sentence is less than 20 years and life sentence prisoners who serve at least 10 years inside a maximum security prison. So yan, less than. So 20 pero mayroong 10 years na 10 years to 20 years. Yeah. So the last one is mayroon tayong minimum security prisoners. So sino naman ito? A group of prisoners who can be reasonably trusted to serve sentence under open conditions. This group includes prisoners who can be trusted to report to their work assignments without the presence of guards. So remember, open conditions is minimum security prisoners. They occupy the minimum security prison, Kambukang Liwayway, and wear brown color uniform. Ang suot naman nila is brown color uniforms. So, nakalagay sila mostly sa Kambukang Liwayway. So, ngayon, what is a jail? Kanina, what is a prison? Ngayon, what is a jail? Jail is a place of locking up of persons who are convicted of minor offenses or felonies who are to serve a short sentences imposed upon them by a competent court, or for confinement of persons who are awaiting trial or investigation of their cases. So, pakinggan natin dito na lahat ng mga prisoners or inmates na nakalagay dyan, it's either detained prisoners or sentenced prisoners so long as ang kanilang mga offenses is minor offenses. Tapos, naghihintay halimbawa sila ng trial or investigation ng kanilang kaso. So, ang example ng jail natin ay ang Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, and including also ang municipal jail. Municipal jail na nasa munisipyo. Types of jails. So, dito natin i-classify ang kaibahan ng mga jails sa ating bansa. Mayroon tayong lock-up jails is a security facility common to police stations. Remember, common to police station is lock-up jails used for temporary confinement of an individual held for investigation. Number 2, ordinary jails is the type of jail commonly used to detain a convicted criminal offender to serve sentence less than 3 years. So kanina, katulad sabi natin ng Bureau of Jail Management Penology, yan ang halimbawa. Number 3, workhouses, jail farms or camps, a facility that houses minimum custody offenders who are serving short sentences or those who are undergoing constructive work programs. It provides full employment of prisoners, remedial services, and constructive leisure time activities. So the key term here is houses. Houses minimum custody offenders. Pag nakuha mo ang houses minimum custody of offenders, ang term dyan is workhouses, jail farms, or camps. So, let's proceed with provincial jails. Tingnan natin ha. Provincial jails in the Philippines are not under the jurisdiction of the Bureau of Correction. Hindi sila saklaw ng Bureau of Corrections. They are managed and controlled by the provincial government. So, ang may hawak dito sa provincial jail sa Tampilong is ang provincial government, kung saan ang sahod nila ay nanggagaling sa provincial government kay governor. So, yan ang provincial jails para maintindihan natin. Now, meron tayong Bureau of Jail Management and Penology or Bgmp. The Bgmp exercises supervision and control over all cities and municipal jails throughout the country. So, from the word exercises and supervision and control over all cities and municipal jails, so it is Bgmp. The enactment of Republic Act number 6975, alam naman natin ito, na Department of the Interior Local Government. So, yan yung kasama ang Bgmp sa Tri-Bureau, which is Philippine National Police. Kung paano na-create itong tatlo, Philippine National Police, Bureau of Fire and Protection, and the Bgmp. So, kasali sa Tri-Bureau under sa 6975. Okay. So, mayroong vision ang Bgmp. The Bgmp envision itself as a dynamic institution, highly regarded for its human safekeeping and development of inmates. So, take note, prisoner, inmates is are analogous to themselves. So, synonymous sila. So, kailangan alam natin kung anong pagkakatulad. Okay. vision. Bakit nilagay dyan ng vision? Because pwedeng itanong sa board exam kung ito ba ay mission or vision, halimbawa. Mission. The Bureau aims to enhance public safety. Remember the word, enhance public safety. So, yan lang. Okay, let's have objectives of the Bgmp. So, meron tayong tatlong objectives. So, pwedeng itanong sa board exam, nandiyan na, the following sentences are objectives of the Bgmp except. So, kapag ito, alam mo itong tatlo, so, hanapin mo na lang yung hindi kasali. Number 1 is to improve the living condition of the offenders in accordance with the accepted standards set by the United Nations. So, makikita natin, United Nations is, dyan tayo kumukuha ng policies and guidelines para doon sa ating mga inmates. To enhance safekeeping and development of offenders and preparation for their eventual reintegration into the mainstream of society upon the release. So, bibigyan natin sila ng safekeeping at saka development. Development includes rehabilitation, reformation, treatment para paglabas nila ng kulungan is madali na lamang silang makikisalamuhan ng maayos sa komunidad. To professionalize jail services. So, yan ang objectives. So, meron din tayong principles of the Bgmp. Okay. Kahit nasa board exam is 10% ang correctional administration, so malaki pa rin itong bagay kapag malaki ang grado mo. It is the obligation of jail authorities to confine offenders and provide rehabilitative programs that will negate criminal tendencies and restore their positive values to make them productive and law-abiding citizens. No procedure or system of correction shall deprive any offender of hope for his ultimate return to the fold of the law and full membership in society. So walang tao na ikukulong mo dyan ng panghabang buhay na tapos naman niyang iserve ang kanyang sentence. Okay. Unless provided otherwise, any person accused of a criminal offense shall be presumed innocent and his rights as a free citizen shall be respected except for such indispensable restraint during his confinement in the interest of justice and public safety. Okay. Offenders are human beings entitled to the same basic rights and privileges enjoyed by citizens. So yan. 5. Health preservation. Members of the custodial force shall set themselves as example by performing their duties in accordance with the rules and respect the laws duly constituted by authorities. So meron din tayong no jail personnel shall be abusive. Remember, no jail, baka meron sa inyo yung pumasok na jail officer, maging kasapi ng Bgmp, so kinakailangan natin alamin ito. No jail personnel shall use unnecessary force on offenders except for legitimate self-defense or in cases of attempted active and passive physical resistance to a lawful order. So, hindi mo basta-basta po pwedeng saktan yung inmates unless otherwise na self-defense. No penalty shall be imposed upon any offender for violation of rules, regulations, unless in accordance with duly approved disciplinary procedures. Of course, paano sila magbabayad, di ba? Penalties to be imposed shall not be cruel, inhuman, or degrading, and no physical punishment. So, dapat yan ang ini-exercise ng isang provincial, jail officer. Members of the custodial force must understand that offenders need treatment and counseling, and the primary purpose of confinement is for safekeeping and rehabilitation. So, dapat alamin natin yan. When conducting routinary custodial guarding, the ratio of 1:7 of 1 guard for every 7 offenders shall be observed. So, ito nakalagay sa prinsipyo nila na kinakailangan sa isang Bgmp o sa isang lugar, Bgmp rather, is ang dami ng tinitingnan ng isang gwardiya is 7 prisoner. So, hindi po pwedeng maging 30 or 70. Pero may mga exemption. For example, itong mga dahil kulang tayo ng correctional facilities, jails, so minsan dumarami yung nakalagay na nakakulong. When the offender is in transit, the ratio of 1:1 + 1 for every offender shall be observed. In case of high-risk offender, that demands extra precaution, additional guards shall be employed. So, although maliit lamang sila, maliit ang kanilang personnel, so kinakailangan talaga ng sundin ang principles ng Bgmp. So, we also have powers, functions, and organization of the Bgmp. Ang power nito is the Bureau shall exercise supervision and control over all districts, city, and municipal jails to ensure a secured, clean, sanitary, and adequate equipped jail for the custody and safekeeping of city and municipal prisoners. So, yan ang definition ng powers. Okay. Ang definition naman ng function niya is in line with its mission, the Bureau endeavors to perform the following. Meron tayong susundin. So, formulate policies and guidelines on the administration of all districts, cities, and municipal jails nationwide. So, gumagawa sila ng mga batas, halimbawa, o kaya policies and guidelines para bigyan ng restriction o kaya ipatupad ang magandang pamamalakad sa isang Bgmp. Formulate and implement policies for the programs of correction, rehabilitation, and treatment of offenders. Okay? Plan the program, funds for the subsistence allowance of offenders. Dahil lahat ng pagkain ng isang kulungan, halimbawa ng mga prisoners, kinakailangan budget, nakabudget yan. Nanggagaling ang funds every year sa national government. Okay. Conduct researchers. Develop and implement plans and programs for the improvement of jail services throughout the country. Okay. Letter C, we have organization and key positions in the Bgmp. The Bgmp, also referred to as in the Jail Bureau, ang tawag sa kanya, was created pursuant to Section 60. Remember, Republic Act number 6975, and initially consisting of uniformed officers and members of the jail management and penology service as constituted under Presidential Decree number 7765. So remember,